Well, the next 3 years, good times, not so good times, but it should have been so different. I had misspoke before about my little problem with Carol, and that came later on. Probably I was already home about 10 months. She has some ridiculous accusations which I proved to be wrong. And she ended up going to Binghamton to stay with Jimmy, play him for a sucker, and then he went back to South Carolina with her, and she literally drove that poor guy nuts. I ended up getting engaged and married at the end of the 3-year period. My bowling suffered because of it. My head just couldn't get back into it the way it was before. I became real good again, but not as sharp, not as good as I was when I was 17 years old, I hate to say. One match that I really loved was with Mac Wagner on a Sunday afternoon. I finally bowled him and I took him down. And that was one of my greatest days because Mac was always a guy I completely looked up to for his bowling ability and his stories. Loved to listen to Mac's stories. I ended up going to work too, probably about the 3rd year after I came back home. Well, I was home for 2 years, let's say. I went to work in the post office then because if you're going to get married, I was engaged already, you have to have a job. So that's what I did. My first gig there was pretty good at GPO in Manhattan. I worked for Special Deliveries. That's prime. I don't even know how I got it. But then I got assigned to the Empire State Building. I really hated that. And the hours. It was the graveyard shift, 12 to 8 in the morning. We had to box up the mail before we made the delivery. I did a lot of going to the track with Paul and Doug, and that was always fun. And we did okay. We didn't lose. We held our own. Man of War room. Really good drinking times and eating times and the whole bit. And that was good. We used to go out to Central Lanes for some really big action on Saturday night and a few other places, and it was okay, but it should have been great. It should have been way beyond great. I should never have gotten involved, should never have gotten engaged, should never have gotten married, because like I say, I just wasn't cut out for that type of life. And well, I already told you in my action bowling bio about the last 2 big matches that I had the week before I got hitched, and check that out. Some great matches.